So by now, I'm sure that many of you are aware of this notification release from the developers of the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm going to read it out in full and then share my thoughts and opinions on the matter. It says, "We know that so many of you are looking forward to the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake and have been waiting patiently to experience what we've been working on. In order to ensure we deliver a game that is in line with our vision and the quality that our fans who have been waiting for deserve, we've decided to move the release date to April 10th, 2020. We are making this tough decision in order to give ourselves a few extra weeks to apply final polish to the game and to deliver you with the best possible experience. I, on behalf of the whole team, want to apologize to everyone, as I know that this means waiting for the game just a little bit longer. Thank you for your patience and continued support. Yoshinori Kitase, producer of Final Fantasy VII Remake." Now, I wouldn't really call this a surprise completely, given the fact that the people working on Final Fantasy VII Remake have been wanting to craft as awe-inspiring a an experience as they could hopefully get it. But yeah, you know, putting aside the entire debacle with the data mining leaks from the leaked Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, and the fact that various spoilers about the entirety of Part 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake are out there on the internet, um, I think the developers definitely want to make this as authentic an experience as they can possibly make it. Now, that does put us an entire month away from March 3rd, 2020, but then you also actually have to remember the fact that those who actually purchased or pre-ordered the first class edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake were basically said, "We're going to charge you in December because we kind of want to make sure that the release goes smoothly." You know, not that I think that has anything much to do with the decision to move the release date a month later, but that is something to take into consideration. But as sort of undermining as the data mining leaks have been over the past few days, yeah, the team are definitely moving forward, and I am pretty much going to say, yeah, they don't want to skimp out on things, and that's a good thing. They really show genuine interest in making it as decent a release as they can possibly make it, although there is such a thing as over perfection. Um, that is to say, sometimes you can spend too much time trying to get every single little detail of something perfect, and I'm consider myself guilty of that little idiosyncrasy myself back in the day. But I respect their decision to do this, and that brings me to the next point. Where does this stand in my plans for 2020 Let's Plays in the future? Well, shifting the release date to April 10 basically means that Final Fantasy VII Remake will come out at least 7 days after the public release of Biohazard 3, uh, the Biohazard 3 RE Remake, which certainly makes things a little bit interesting, um, to say the least. Although, having said that, it does give me a bit more breathing room, um, so to speak, due to the fact that it gives me a little bit more time to prepare a proper setup for when I eventually do Let's Plays of Final Fantasy VII Remake as well as the Biohazard RE3 remake. Um, because while I do have a PS4 Pro and an Elgato capture card, I don't have my own TV monitor that I can use to actually have a proper recording setup. I'm actually planning on fixing that in February next month. So on the one hand, it's yeah, a bit it's a minor disappointment that it isn't coming out in March 3rd, but on the other hand, we're just going to have to wait that little bit longer, and that's perfectly fine with me. So those are my thoughts and feelings on this matter, and I do hope that you and everyone else who is a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII and the FF7 remake continue to give the developers their emotional and personal support, as well as their public support as well, because it's definitely coming. So that's pretty much it from me. Hope you enjoy this video and have a good day. As always, until next we meet.